Welcome back to another episode of the Elite Service Podcast, Unfiltered. Guys, today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, especially this time of year. We're going to be talking about the heating and cooling season and how to properly maintain your boiler or heater depending on what you have in your home. Guys, we're going to be talking about a lot of reasons why it is important to take care of these issues before it becomes a problem. First things first, safety's first. Boilers and furnaces burn fuel, whether it is gas, oil, or propane. If something is off, that can lead to carbon monoxide issues, leaks, or unsafe combustion, so you should always maintain your boilers on an annual basis. Guys, once the temperatures start getting lower than 35, you know it's heating season, so you make sure you take care of your boiler or heater maintenances, and here's why. Efficiency saves money. A dirty boiler, clogged burners, or systems that are not tuned properly burn more fuel and are less efficient, which means your energy bill goes up. So if you're burning natural gas, your natural gas bill is naturally going to go up. If you're burning oil, naturally, the oil is going to burn dirtier and you're going to burn more oil to get the same exact results if you're burning the same amount of oil than you were if it was a clean boiler. Guys, this also prevents breakdowns. Most non-heat calls in the winter come from something that could have been caught during a routine tune-up. Bad igniters, clogged filters, weak pumps, failing sensors. It all shows signs before failure. That is why it's very, very, very important to get your certified technicians out to your house to service these pieces of equipment. On top of all of that, these maintenances give you a longer equipment life. Your heating system is one of the biggest investments in your home. Guys, if you're selling your house and you have a rusty, dusty, musty old heating system, I'll tell you what, it's going to be the first thing brought to your attention when it comes to making a deal on your home. So make sure your homes are up to date and clean and ready to go when it comes to selling your house and maintaining your systems. Guys, I'm going to talk about what happens during a boiler or heater service tonight. So a lot of people are surprised by how much actually goes into a proper heating system tune-up and what actually goes down why your technician is in your home. A real service includes all these things: cleaning the burners, checking the heat exchanger, inspecting the vent system, testing safeties, checking pumps and controls, verifying proper gas pressures, ensuring correct combustion, checking the thermostat and the system switches, flushing drains, traps on all high efficiency equipment. All those things provide a safer, cleaner, more reliable heating system for your home. A lot of people ask, when do you schedule these things? Why do you schedule maintenance? Well, I'll tell you this. If you're listening to this, you haven't serviced your boiler yet this year. Don't panic. Because guess what? We're only one phone call away. You want to check before the system is running nonstop at full capacity, before you're wasting gas, oil, or whatever else you're burning, electricity. You need to make sure these pieces of equipment are running as efficiently as possible. Guys, your heating tune-up will cost less than you running a dirty system all year. Average tune-up costs $150 to $250. Guys, that is a proper tune-up that is going to dial your system in to proper parameters and make sure the system's running efficiently. Because if not, you're going to blow it out the flue pipe, meaning you're going to be wasting energy. You're going to be wasting gas, electricity, oil, or anything else that runs your system. Guys, final thoughts. I just want to put it to you this way. The heating season doesn't have to be stressful. With a little bit of prep and a simple yearly service, you can keep your home warm, safe, and efficient all winter long. So before you crank up the thermostat and hope for the best, make sure your boiler or heater is kept properly throughout the years of living in the house. Guys, it is so important. I can't stress this enough. You don't understand how many homeowners don't even know they have a filter in their house. I had one customer tell me, I didn't know I had a filter. I got the system installed 10 years ago. So I went up in their attic and they didn't even have a filter in their system. Guys, at the end of the day, the filter isn't for you. It's for your system. It's to protect your system from dust and debris getting clogged in your heat exchanger or your air conditioning coil, depending on what type of system you have. Okay? If you have a boiler system and you're not doing your maintenances, you will be wasting energy at the sole purpose of your system's working twice as hard to achieve the same goal that a regular system would have if it was running properly and if it was properly maintained. I can't stress enough how important it is to actually take care of these things. A lot of homeowners don't know. They set it and forget it. They don't even think about what to do when it comes to running a piece of machinery or equipment like a boiler or a heater. It's all different, and you need a certified technician to come out, take a look at your specific scenario, and tell you what needs to be done to make that system run properly. We got a couple other questions here. How often should I change my filters? Guys, we go over this a lot. Typically, you change your filters every 3 to 6 months, depending on what type of filter you have and what type of system you have. When it comes to boilers, you always have to have your technician bleed your boiler because air gets trapped in the pipes, which doesn't allow the heat to flow properly. And you can end up having your system airbound, which means you have air sitting at the top of the pipe, which isn't allowing the hot water to flow through properly and radiate the heat off the exchanger. So it is very important if you have a boiler to bleed the boiler and make sure there's no air in the pipes or in the system, just hot water. How important is it to make sure your flue pipe is clear? Guys, we run into it all the time. Animals like to follow the heat when it comes into colder seasons, and typically you find them in a flue pipe. It was just last week I was climbing up on a ladder, diagnosing a no heat, and at the end of the day, I ended up finding a bird in the flue pipe. One might ask, why was the bird there? Guys, at the end of the day, I don't know. But somehow, some way, that little guy, he found his way into the flue pipe, down into the heat exchanger, and clogged the inducer motor, which wasn't allowing the heating system to do its job properly. So these are the reasons why it is very, very, very important to have your heaters or boilers checked out by a certified technician. Guys, if you're liking what you're seeing, please like, comment, subscribe, and get back to us next week because we always got something to say. I'm your host, Dominic Fernbeck. Have a nice night.